This episode of Inside Me is brought to you by Dudette and Bros and Greenwolftactical.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah. Where everything is inside. What? Inside. What? Inside me? Oh, okay. So I want you to listen to everything that I have to say. Everything I want to talk about is inside me.
Welcome back, everybody. If this is your first time to the podcast, if you're listening to this on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, any of that where you're not actually able to see me, you're just kind of listening to me, perfect. Do me a favor, subscribe to whatever medium you listen to this through. And if you're watching this on YouTube, especially subscribe. Hit the bell for all alerts and get notified every time I make a new video. Now that we have that out of the way, I'd like to welcome you guys back one more fucking time. It's episode 15, and I got some serious shit I want to talk about today. For all my brothers and sisters thinking about getting married early, we're going to fucking pro and con this motherfucker out. We're going to air it out, baby. We're going to air it out. Look, a lot of people think that getting married early is a sign of success. You've made it. You don't have to date. You don't have to do all these other things. You've found your person. And now you can live a happily ever after. You're wrong. You are wrong. And if you don't believe me, ask the countless marriages that have gotten married way too early. And I don't want to say I'm a proprietor of this, right? But I'm one of them. I've been married for almost 10 years now. Now, in retrospect, is it a mistake? No. I love my wife. I love my kids. I'd like to think I'm an okay parent. I'd like to believe I'm even better of a husband. But that doesn't always work out that way. And you know what happens? People give up. I'm going to say some outlandish shit here. You ready? Don't get married young, because you miss out on fucking life. And even worse, don't have kids young. Imagine being an 18-year-old asshole, and I know this isn't a hot take. I'm pretty sure what 90% of the population believes. This isn't a hot take. Don't have kids early when you're still a kid. I was 19 when I had my first kid. And I don't want to say we're struggling, but I'm trying to figure things out. You feel me? Ja feel? When you get married too early, you want to live the way that you wanted to live and what you expected your 20s to be. But guess what? You got a spouse. You have another person depending on you, especially as a man. Let me mansplain this real quick. If you have somebody you need to feed, and I'm not talking a dog, I'm not talking an animal, I'm talking a human being, right? That role technically falls on you, whether you're the woman, whether you're the breadwinner in the relationship, right? Or you are the dependent. There's two ways this can go, right? And let's pro and con it out. Pro, you think you're going to get laid a lot. Wait till you hit the 5-year mark. You hit the 5-year mark, sex is no longer a thing. You have to schedule that motherfucker out. You get on your Google Calendar, you submit it. There's a whole requesting process for it. You have to list off all the positions you want to be in. You have to list a time, a date, and duration, believe it or not. And now she just added to the form, protected or not. Protected or not. As if I'm hoeing around. Hey, hoeing around, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? I have to fill out a fucking, essentially, a non-disclosure agreement and set up an appointment in order to have the horizontal mambo to get knee deep in some us. Some us, dude. I thought we were in a good place. And now, there's page after page of forms, right? And I have to do that thing that all people do. Like when they get older, they have the glasses tilted down so they can still look over them. And I find myself licking my finger to flip through all the pages. It's got to be a no shit agreement now. So that's one pro that you thought was going to happen. Turn it around, flip back on you. You're an idiot. Now you're married. You can't have sex with other people, and you're not having sex. You're jerking off into a toilet 3 times out of the fucking week just to relieve some stress. What's another pro? You love the person. You have a life partner for the rest of your life. Until you guys got married early, and now, almost 10 years in, you're finding out their fucking things. You're slowly losing more and more of the house. I told my wife, I got back from my job thing a couple months ago. I came back, and I felt like there was nothing of mine around the house. I was like, who you having over? It was obviously a joke. The funny part is that she slowly claimed more and more of our spaces and made them her own. She's nesting. It's weird. It's not weird. I'm sure it happens actually. But you get what I'm saying? She slowly, inch by inch. I used to have 2 drawers in the bathroom. Now I have 1. I used to have a shelf in my room to put my things. Now I don't. I only have half of the places to hang up clothes. I pay for this motherfucker and I can't even get a goddamn hanger? You can't even let me have a hanger? Another point, you think you're going to have all the same friends and everybody's going to be in their relationships and everybody's going to hang out, and then you realize friends come and go, and then you're left with, your only other friend. It's your wife, your significant other. You guys are going to hear me say wife a lot, and that's only because I'm knowing from my expertise in my situation of my things in my predicament. Now, I just said a lot of things essentially the same way, just different words. My expertise is in women. I know my wife. Do you guys know your wives? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your wife is? It's insane, dude. It's like when you hit the 5-year mark, you change. I got married super young. I was 19 when I got married. I was 21 when I had my kid. So if I said that before, I wasn't 19 when I had my kid. I was 19 when I got married. I'm a fucking child. I can barely vote. And we're figuring this thing out. I'm sure my wife despises me sometimes, as well as I despise my wife. I wouldn't say despise. That's a strong word. But it's super inconvenient sometimes. You want to sit here and tell me, last night we're watching a movie. We're watching Hubie Halloween on Netflix. She says at 8:30 in the middle of the fucking movie, she goes, you want to go to the store and grab me M&Ms? What? We're literally in the middle of a fucking movie. That's just poor etiquette. You do the shit before or after the movie. You don't interrupt the movie. Nope. You know who was expecting some sexy time? I was. Guess who's an idiot? Me. I'm an idiot, dude. Thought I was going to get some sexy time for it. Did a little favor. Maybe get a little favor back. A little quid pro quo. Nope. You know what I got? An early bedtime. Went to bed at fucking 9:30 last night. How fucking boring is that? Cons. Let's talk cons of getting married. You're now assuming somebody else's debt. You think you're going to be fucking banking, right? Because you're going to have a combined income, making double the money because your wife or significant other is going to start, contributing to the cause. And you guys can both equally live your lives as productive human beings in society. Nope. Instead, you just accrue more bills that help nest your growing depression, right? Stay with me. moving into your anxiety because you're overthinking about the bills, into, you ready? Pours over into your marriage. Hey, why are you guys fighting so much after 10 years? Because you don't like each other. I swear, I think every marriage has a point where like you just don't like each other. Hot take. You would think everybody would like each other because they're married. Hot take, I know, but you don't. There's plenty of times where I've looked at my wife and I went, like, what is possibly going through her head right now? And sometimes I think it's just a clapping clown. And other times, I think she thinks I'm cheating. And it's like, where the fuck do you get that conclusion? I'm trying to do everything I can to support this family. I started in OnlyFans. Not for nudes, but, to raise money and get awareness to veteran suicide. And that's going great. Just kidding. So many people have signed up for that. It's going as good as the GoFundMe. Other cons. What's another con? Oh, I'll tell you. You have kids too fucking early. It's usually right about the 3 or 4 year mark. People usually want to start having a family and growing their family, and they have kids. You know who was 21 when they had their first kid? Raise your hand if you're an idiot. My hand's up if you guys are listening to this on a podcast app. Raise your hand. Had them too early. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There's no playbook for this shit. All you can do is ask your family members. And sometimes your family members are pretty fucked up. So you got to learn this shit on your own. Or you have parents pass away before they can pass off the knowledge. So now you just have to go off your memory. You know how shitty memory is. You can literally make up things in your memory. But nope, now we're taking care of kids. We're raising humans. Future of the Americas right here. And I pray my son wants to do something cool. I don't think he will, though. He'll probably just be an art major. He likes drawing. Hopefully by then there is no art, right? And, I guess it would be art still, but it's the digital shit. He'll be a coder or something weird. That one of those like little niche. Well, I guess it's not niche anymore, huh? I guess it's pretty mainstream to be a coder. Everybody has a fucking coding degree. Is it because it's that simple? I don't know. My brother has one. You raise these kids, and then you get to be asked questions like, "Hey, Dad, why are all tree frogs green?" Hey, do I look like Steve fucking Irwin? Do I look like Coyote Peterson? Why the fuck would I know that answer? And I just I don't know, dude. I don't know. I guess they're green because they blend into their surroundings. I'm sure that's a roundabout answer of that. And when you're young, dude, you take all these frustrations out that you have of life and all these mistakes that you've made, and you take them out on your kids. Don't fucking lie to me. Whoever of you that have kids and you're listening to this, don't fucking lie to me. Sometimes you take your frustrations out on the world, from the world, on your kids. And you feel super bad about it, dude. I can't tell you how many times I've told my kids I've yelled at them to go to their fucking room, right? And then, you know what happens? They start crying. And then I realize how much of a fucking monster I am. I can't blame the kids for the worldly decisions that my wife and I have made. Can't put it on them. All I can do is put on a happy face and make sure I make them feel comfortable. I'm the idiot, not them. Cool thing about being young and having kids, right, is that you're still kind of hip to things as you're raising them. Because when you raise them, as an adult, you learn from your mistakes, right? And you get to teach them. Well, here's the beautiful thing. Your kids get to live in the same amount of depression you live in because you're still making fucking mistakes. You're still making mistakes. You think you're out of it? Nope. Filet mignon. You're still on the steaks. Filet mignon. Steaking. Oops. You know how many oopses we've had in the past couple of years? A lot. Because we're figuring it out. We're trying to make our kids happy. We're trying to make them have an education. I shouldn't say make, but we want them to want an education. our homeschool teacher made a reference to my kid. She's like, you don't want to be Mr. Potato Head. She said that to my kid. And he went, because he's got nothing in there. She's like, yes, that's exactly. And then she tried explaining it to my wife. And again, overthought it. She's like, oh, you calling my kid stupid? It's like way over her fucking head. How did you miss that? It was a joke. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. My kids are listening to Kids Bop. Calm down. It's all about being a good dude. Speaking of which, Dudette and Bros. Fucking smash that shit. It's right here. You go to their Instagram, scroll down, look at all their products. You can get a Scully tee, you can get some stickers, you can get a pint glass. You can get a crop top hoodie if you want, if you're into that. I'm thinking about getting one. You can get a beach towel and prep for next year's summer. Or you can get the hoodie and prep for this year's winter. Up to you. But if you use the promo code right here, inside me, 10, you get 10% off your whole purchase. Not the first purchase, not only the second purchase, all purchases. Use the promo code. Let them know I sent you. As you can see right here, scroll through it. It's a super easy process. If you haven't shopped through Instagram, are you living under a rock? Hey, did you just come back from Jumanji? Right here. That's all it is. Scroll through it. Do your thing. Show some support to small businesses. And speaking of small businesses, Greenwolftactical. We're going to go right into it. Whoopee hoodies, silkies, PVC patches, embroidered patches, custom patches, mass orders, all at Greenwolftactical. And if you want the mass order or custom order, you can email this email address, greenwolftactical@gmail.com. Swipe here to the left. You can scroll through their stuff. You can either go directly to the website or you can visit through their Instagram. I highly suggest you guys give them a follow. Let them know I sent you as well. Let's get this thing rolling. We're supporting small businesses out here. Unlike my OnlyFans, which has no subscribers. Appreciate it, guys. Back to the podcast. I'm going to tell you this right now, though. I couldn't feel more lucky than to have the arguments I have with my wife. Because I know I'm in it with somebody, right? Nobody wants to feel alone, right? And the thing is when you're married, right, the pro, you always have a life partner. And that's what I view it as. I'm not going to give up. I know how it must seem like I'm down talking to my wife. I love the fuck out of my wife. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my wife. I love my extended family. I adore them. But you know that time, like when it's just you and your significant other, it could be man, could be a girl, could be whatever. Zay, zim, whatever. Them, they. There's a specific point, and I think everybody in a relationship, if you've been in it for longer than 4 or 5 years, there's like a specific time frame. You realize you stop talking to each other as like a couple. I used to say like I would never talk down to my wife, right? And now, sarcastically, I'm roasting my wife daily. There is not a thing that she can do without me saying something. And it gets super frustrating to her. So, I just roast her. I roast her feet. I roast her butt. I roast everything. Roast. She'll giggle sometimes. I roast that. I roll with the punches. That's all I do. Now, do we clown on each other because both of us are not really educated? Yes. Do we both misspell words? Yes. Do we both overanalyze things and think that we're actually mad at each other, but we're only just creating the same problem because we both think that we're mad at each other? Yes. We do all of that. But I love her. Even though she does look like Eon Flux right now. Eon Flux. Not such white skin, but you get what I'm saying. Marriage is it's a journey, dude. And if you give up on it, it's okay. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be way more worth it when you stick it out. Sure, my wife has brought me into fucking crippling depression. Sure, my wife has literally piled the bills up. But whatever makes her happy. I think she likes watching me struggle. My wife likes watching me struggle. And this is why I'm doing this. I'm following my dreams. I'm trying to motivate her, right? I want to be a stand-up comedian. That's always been a thing for me. I remember when I was a kid, dude, one of the first things I wanted to do at a talent show was stand-up comedy. I thought I was funny then. And then I fuck around. I find out I am funny. In retrospect, I wish I would have gotten married later in my life. I always say this to the younger cats. If you're going to get married, wait. There is nothing wrong with waiting. Wait it out. Live with the person. Scrub the poop off the toilet of that other person. Yes, females poop. They do. It fucking smells. Have the uncomfortable conversations about anal. And I'm not talking with the female. Sometimes you get the finger in the butt. It's okay. Have that conversation. I told you guys I had the conversation with my wife about the stroke. I gave her permission if I have a stroke and she's in the room and I'm coughing a teepee, I catch a blanket ghost and I'm pitching a tent. Do not be afraid to jump on it. Setting world records here. I got to imagine there aren't too many people having strokes and having sex. Call Guinness. Call Guinness Book of World Records. We're doing it. She helped me through my vasectomy. She got the kids off me. She got the dogs off me. She got it all. She's good. She's handling it. She's going through her shit. And all that means is, if she's going through some shit, I need to be there for her. That's all it means. But I appreciate you guys coming out for this podcast. Look, I'm going to start making the episodes a little bit more manageable. No big things really coming up. I'm trying to get mics for multiple guests, and we'll start doing this. We're going to start doing the damn thing. I'm going to release Inside Us exclusively on YouTube. All right? And then the Inside Me podcast will still be available on most podcast distribution sites, i.e. Spotify, Anchor, Google Play, Apple Podcasts. Did I already say that? I think. Breaker, all of it. And YouTube. So I'm gonna start releasing both. So don't worry. I know it's getting short. It's just so you guys start listening to it more. It's okay. I'm all about it. We'll start them out. And then look, if we want to have longer conversations with the Inside Us, cool. Let's do it. I'm all about having the conversations. But I want you guys to know I'm coming from the heart here. I love my wife. I love comedy. I love making her laugh. I love being around people who love to laugh. Right? People who know how to take a joke. That's all I think about. Right? So hit me up on Instagram. I'm pretty sure not Sober October is canceled. I'm still participating in Sober October, but hey, nobody is. Look, you ever think you're a little bit more famous than you are? This idiot right here. My boy calls me up and he goes, hey, you're competing with yourself, right? And my jaw dropped and I went, what do you mean? He's like, yet none of us are getting an OnlyFans. Why the fuck would we open up an OnlyFans? Even though it was our other buddy's idea. He doesn't want to get a fucking OnlyFans. So the OnlyFans portion is still canceled. If you guys want to donate to that, all proceeds I receive from that will go to a veteran suicide awareness organization. And we're going to do the damn thing. So Sober October's still in full heat. We got the fights tomorrow night. I'm recording this on Friday the 9th. Got the fights tomorrow night. If you know, come on over. Let's do the damn thing. Okay? Peace out, everybody.